Everything is riding on this football game.
Well, you thought at the Arkansas game, the way that thing unfolded, that the football gods have to be aligned somehow.
Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
No, I don't think that's one of the best teams that you had in the 90s. I do think it was a team of destiny, and for people who don't believe in destiny, go back and look at that game.
Tennessee, last chance probably in the football game. This is Martin stepping up across the middle. Pass is broken up, incomplete. And so Arkansas stops Tennessee, leading by 2. On the 4th down try, Tennessee fails.
I'd say everybody in the stadium, except maybe for those players, were a little bit suspect of maybe pulling that game off.
This will be a major upset win for the Razorbacks, coming to Knoxville undefeated at 8-0, about to head back to Fayetteville 9-0.
I knew we had the heart, if tested, that we can, dig deep down, gel together, and pull it out.
Our team was very much that way, and they had enough of the right type people, enough character on the football team that if we got the ball back, I felt like that we would have a chance.
I didn't take my equipment off because when I was coming off of the football field, Billy Ratliff told me he was going to get the ball back. So I'm looking at Billy like, yeah, you said it, but I don't know if you can do that or not.
And I was standing there and I heard Billy tell T that, and that was exciting in itself. And I think these kids still got this kind of confidence.
So I went on to the sideline, talked to Coach Cutler. He's like, good game, hopefully the defense can do something. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, they do.
Arkansas will have the ball. Tennessee has 1 timeout remaining, 1:47 to go in the game. And Arkansas comes to the line with Sterner putting his team in the I formation.
And I turned and looked at Billy. I said, Billy, we got to make something happen right here. We can't lose. We got to make something happen. And I'll be dog if he didn't make something happen.
The tailback is Shikuma. 2 receivers to the left side.
I don't know. He just had that look in his eye.
Sterner lost the football. Oh, my goodness. He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered.
I think that was one of the slowest plays I've ever been in. I think that ball was there for at least 3 seconds. And, I'm looking at it, thinking how I'm going to get this ball.
And Billy Ratliff is on top of it to recover at the 43-yard line.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, my goodness, I got to get it.
When we did go back to the field, I felt like we were going to win the football game because our kids just hit the field with so much determination.
Trailing by 2 points, 24-22. Travis Henry through the left side. This is Henry with the football, refusing to be denied.
Every time I came in the huddle, they wanted to run the ball.
Henry has a huge hole. Travis Henry inside the 20.
Tennessee just proceeded to do what it had to do to win.
This will be Travis Henry spinning, driving, fighting, carries the ball down to the 2-yard line.
He pounded until we got to the end zone and won that game.
They need to go to Henry. This will be Henry. He dives. Give him 6. Touchdown, Tennessee. Comes the blitz. Here is Martin.
The following week, there was no letdown against Kentucky. The Volunteers roared to a 59-21 victory.
Down, touch, down, touch, down, Tennessee. This is Zolman back to throw. Zolman across the middle, pass is complete.
The SEC Eastern Division Championship belonged to the Vols as Vanderbilt fell in the regular season finale, 41-0. Tennessee was now off to the SEC Championship game for the 2nd straight season. This team of destiny finished the regular season undefeated. Championship Saturday proved a wild ride for teams competing in the BCS. Supposed shoe-ins were dropping like flies on what was termed Upset Saturday. Headed into the 8 o'clock SEC Championship game, the list of casualties included UCLA and Kansas State. Mississippi State represented the Western Division, and in the early going, many wondered if Upset Saturday would claim another victim.
He is into the end zone.
Tennessee answered with 10 points in the second quarter. A Jeff Hall 31-yard field goal was the last score for either team until the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs had only 65 yards rushing all night, but its kicking game kept the upset bid alive. Now, with less than 9 minutes to go, Tennessee was forced into comeback mode again. T. Martin had been there before.
It is 6 big points. Give him a TD.
Tennessee led 17-14. It was enough for the win, but a little insurance never hurt, so Corey Terry forced a fumble. After Eric Westmoreland recovered, Tennessee went for the knockout blow.
Looking into the end zone, downfield, it will be Wilson. Give it to him.
I think that was one of the happiest moments of our team because, I mean, that shut the doors for anything. Any questions that anybody had, is Tennessee ready to play in the Fiesta Bowl?
The Volunteers were now 12-0 and had won back-to-back SEC championships for the second time in a decade. It was a wonderful way to say goodbye to a great offensive coordinator. David Cutcliffe was leaving Tennessee to accept the head coaching position with Ole Miss. There was one bit of business left in the 1998 season. Thanks to the day's upsets of BCS contenders, a far more imposing contender rose from the rubble. Florida State would meet Tennessee in the Fiesta Bowl for all the marbles.
I don't think anybody was intimidated about playing against, quote, Bobby Bowden in the Florida State Seminoles. I think our team looked forward to it. They were very confident going in.
I remember Mike Gottfried and I talked, and I said, I don't have any question in my mind that they're not going to win the national championship because this team is supposed to win. It's just been written that way.
I'll tell you again, guys, I love every one of you. I love what you stand for. I love how you've gone about your business this year. I love the way we've grown as a football team. We have an opportunity in front of us tonight that doesn't come around every day. As I told you, 47 years since Tennessee football players have pulled on that orange shirt and had a chance to compete for a national championship. It doesn't get any better than this. Lay it on the line. You do not have to play perfect, but play your butts off. Take a lot of pride in those orange shirts, guys, as we get that field tonight. We can't put but 11 on the field. That's all they can put out there at a single time. 11 on 11, man on man, heart versus heart. Draw that sand, that line in the sand. Okay, step across and take what you want tonight because it's there for you.
The BCS couldn't have asked for a more beautiful setting for its marquee matchup.
I remember looking up, right before kickoff, right before the ball was kicked off, and all the flashes, everybody taking pictures. It was amazing just to see all the lights going.
I was so focused on what I had to do. They could have dropped a bomb in the middle of the field. I probably wouldn't have even saw it. I was just so focused on Florida State. I had film study. We had won 12 games in a row, and by no means I let that last one slip through my fingers.
What time is it? As Tennessee comes barreling out onto the greensward of the Fiesta Bowl in Tempe, Arizona. It's football time in Tennessee.
My thoughts were, just to lay it all on the line. Don't leave anything out there on the field. You have 60 minutes to prove to the whole world that you're number one.
New offensive coordinator Randy Sanders cut his teeth in the biggest game of the year. The game was scoreless in the first quarter, but that changed early in the second.
Caught 3, 2, 1. Give him 6.
Tennessee led 7-0. FSU quarterback Marcus Outzen wanted to get the ball to All-American receiver Peter Warwick, and Dwayne Goodrich made him pay.
Intercepted Tennessee at the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Touchdown, Tennessee!
T. Martin's work wasn't finished. Up by only 5 in the fourth quarter, Martin looked for breathing room.
Got in the hold, I said, Peter, look, man, I'm going to fake. As soon as I come out of this fake, I'm throwing that ball. You just run down the field, I'm putting it down there.
Going to throw the ball long downfield for Fearless Bright. It is complete. He makes the catch at the 45. He's at the 40.
Tennessee was the national champion.
Just give it to him.
This team of destiny would not accept defeat. It was the first time in school history a team had ever won 13 games.
Tonight you represented the state of Tennessee and the men that have worn that orange shirt. It's taken 47 years to get it back in Knoxville, Tennessee, but tonight you got the national championship. Hip, hip, hooray!
T. Martin waited 2 years to show the fans what he could do. Now he was a national champion and undefeated as a starter.
It was one of the greatest feelings of my life, really, as far as playing football. To be in the biggest game of college football and having such a big contribution to the team's winning effort. And thanks to my teammates and coaching staff, they let us go out and play ball, and we brought it home.
It was a night and a season that will never be forgotten. And for the retiring John Ward, he finally uttered the words fans had waited long enough to hear.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The national champion is clad in big orange.